Hi, welcome to Mathi's Cookbook. Today's recipe in Mathi's Cookbook is whole wheat focaccia bread. These are the ingredients we need to make this focaccia bread. First, take a measuring jar and add 200 ml of lukewarm water. Make sure they are lukewarm and not very hot. Now add 1 teaspoon of sugar to it. To this warm water, add 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. 1 sachet of this has 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. So I have added 1 small sachet of it. Now quickly give a stir, cover them and set them aside for 10 to 15 minutes for them to get activated. Meanwhile, take a wide bowl and add 3 cups of whole wheat flour to it. I am making this recipe completely with whole wheat flour. You can add all-purpose flour or a mix of both all-purpose flour and whole wheat flour to make this recipe. Add salt to taste. Meanwhile, check on the yeast and we can see how the yeast has foamed up and is activated. Make a dent in the middle of the flour. And now add the yeast mixture in the middle. Slowly mix them along together and knead them to a soft dough. The key step in this is the activation of the yeast. Make sure your yeast is activated properly. If not, the bread will turn out very hard. If your yeast is not activated, discard them and then add fresh yeast. Now the dough is ready. Add 3 teaspoons of olive oil to the dough and mix them completely so that the oil coats the dough and is ready. Focaccia is a very popular flatbread that can be had as such or with soups and salads. Now cover the dough with a cling wrap and a towel and set them aside for 2 hours so that they get activated by the yeast and double up in the size. Now after 2 hours, we can check how the dough has been activated. Gently remove the cling wrap. Now we can see the dough has been activated and it turned soft. We can slowly press them with our fingers and knead them once again. Kneading and the reaction of yeast to it will give a very beautiful porous focaccia bread. After kneading them for 3 to 4 minutes, we can cover them again and allow them to rest for another 1 hour. The resting time is very important to make this bread very soft. So have patience to make this bread. Let it rest for an hour now. After an hour, remove the cling wrap and we can see the dough is ready to be baked. Meanwhile, line a baking sheet with a parchment paper. I have used a pre-cut sized parchment paper to line my sheet. Transfer the entire dough over the parchment paper and begin to spread them with your hands. The focaccias should not be very thin or should not be very thick. Make sure they are of medium sized thickness so that they can get cooked properly. The key is to get a very soft focaccia in the middle and a nice roasted consistency on the top. Now we have spread the entire dough. Use your fingers and punch small dents all over the dough. You can also use the back of a ladle to make dents. The dents will result in proper cooking of the focaccia. Brush the dough with olive oil, especially inside the dents, so that they get a crispy outer texture. I have used my brush to coat them. Some people also try to fill up the dents just by pouring the olive oil over the dough. Now we have completely brushed oil all over the dough. We can now garnish with any toppings of our choice. I have used rosemary leaves to garnish them. You can also use any herbs or cherry tomatoes or caramelized onions, olives, or simply dried herbs. Sprinkle salt over the dough and place them in the oven and bake at 425 Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes until they turn golden and crispy in the outside. Now the focaccia bread is baked and it is getting cooled down. Let it cool down completely and then we can slice them in any shape we want and serve them. Try this healthy version of focaccia bread and comment. Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.